Let me ask you a simple question. Why do women return after saying no? It's confusing, right? First, she says she's not interested, pushing you away like you're nothing. Then, weeks or months later, she texts you again. Now she seems curious or flirty, acting like she never rejected you. This leaves most men lost. You think, did she change her mind? Does she see my value now? Or is she playing games? Here's the truth from a woman's view. When we reject a man, it's not always a lack of attraction. Sometimes it's bad timing, sometimes ego, and sometimes it's about power. When we come back later, it's often not for the good reasons you want. That's what men get wrong. This is why guys fall back into the same cycle with a woman who already said no. Most men don't get that rejection isn't always the end. Women are different. We can reject a man but still think about him later. We can push him away but keep him in our thoughts. When he stops chasing, that's when curiosity starts. The what if questions come back. Today, I'll explain this for you. I'll tell you why women come back after rejection, what she's really thinking, and how you should act. The biggest mistake is thinking her return means you value her more. That's the trap. If you want to understand women, pay close attention. I'm going to share things women rarely say out loud. First, the ego factor. Why women test their power over you. Most men don't know this. When a woman rejects you, she watches how you react. Rejection isn't always the end. It can be a secret test. The honest truth is a woman's ego is a huge part of this. When she says no, she expects you to feel bad. She expects you to be upset or even chase her to prove your worth. Your reaction feeds her ego. It shows her she has power over you and that her opinion shook you. Weeks later, she starts thinking, does he still want me? Does he still think about me? Or did he move on? This curiosity isn't from deep attraction. It comes from ego. A woman hates losing power over a man who once paid attention to her. So when she comes back, it's often not about you. She's checking if she still has that influence. Let me give you an example. Imagine you meet a woman, you get along, but when you ask her out, she says no. Maybe she says she's not ready or too busy. The main point is she rejects you. You step back, stop chasing, and live your life. Then, suddenly, she likes your photo or sends a "hey" text. Why? It's not because she now thinks you're her soulmate. It's because she saw you didn't fall apart when she said no. She saw you didn't keep chasing. This hurts her ego, and she wants to see if she can still get a response from you. The problem is, men often think this is real interest. They believe, she must like me now. Why else would she return? But really, she might just be testing you. She wants to know if she still has a place in your thoughts. That's why you must not mix up an ego-driven return with real attraction. If you reply too fast and eagerly, you show her she still controls you. If you stay calm and don't rush to give her approval, she starts to see you differently. She learns you can't be manipulated. And ironically, this is when her real attraction can grow. So here's the key point. Women don't only come back because they miss you. Sometimes their ego can't stand the idea of losing their hold on you. The question for you is, will you feed that ego, or will you make her respect you by not playing her game? 2. When curiosity makes her miss what she said no to. Here's something men often fail to see. Women are very curious beings, especially about the men we've pushed away. If a woman rejects you, that doesn't mean she closes her mind forever. In fact, sometimes saying no is the very thing that makes her think about you later. Let me explain this. When she says no, a woman might truly think you're not what she wants. Maybe she's seeing someone else. Maybe she feels you're too easy to get. Or maybe she just doesn't feel a connection right away. But as time passes, something changes. She starts thinking, what if I was wrong? What if I judged too quickly? What if he is the man I should have tried with? That what if is strong. It's not always about love, but about curiosity. And curiosity is often enough to pull her back to you. Here's the key point. When a woman rejects a man, she thinks he'll either keep chasing
or vanish. If you vanish, it creates an empty space. Women hate not knowing. When she can't guess your next move, when she doesn't know if you've moved on or if another woman has your eye, her mind starts creating stories. That's where curiosity begins. Think of it this way. Men who keep chasing after rejection become boring. They lose their mystery. But the man who takes rejection, accepts it, and moves on without anger becomes interesting. He's not begging for her time. He's not waiting as her second choice. This makes her rethink. It makes her wonder what is special about him. And that's why she comes back. Not because she suddenly wants to be with you, but because she can't stop herself from checking if you're still free. She wants to test the situation. She wants to look behind the scenes and see if she threw away something good. Now here's what you must get. Her curiosity does not mean true desire. It just means you've made her unsure. If you think her curiosity is a promise, you'll end up giving her your energy while she decides if you're good enough. So if a woman who said no suddenly returns, know what's happening. Her mind is uneasy. She is curious if you've changed, if you've moved on, or if you still like her. But until she shows steady action, real work, and true investment, don't think her return means anything big. In the end, curiosity might bring her back, but only true attraction and respect will make her stay. 3. The lack effect. Why space changes her thinking. There's something about people, and especially how women think, that men often miss. We want what feels hard to get. What's rare feels special. In dating, women are the same. If you were always there before she said no, she probably didn't see your worth. But the second you step away, the second she can't count on you being there, her mind begins to change. This is what I call the lack effect. When you vanish from her world after she rejected you, you stop feeding her ego. You stop being a sure thing, and suddenly she feels the loss of the attention she once got. That loss has weight. It makes her think again about what she refused. Now let me be plain. This isn't always about deep love or real attraction at first. Sometimes it's just the mind fearing loss. People want what they feel they can't have. If you once liked her, then pulled away fully, she feels that difference strongly. And women hate losing something they thought was safe. Think about it. When a man is always chasing, always messaging, always trying to get her back, she doesn't have to think. She knows she still has him. But when he doesn't contact her, doesn't respond, doesn't seem to care, suddenly she feels a sense of lack. And that lack makes her doubt her choice. Here's the important part. Women are not just drawn to men who are hard to get. They respect them more. Why? Because it shows you are not needy. It shows you value yourself enough not to ask for approval. That self-worth is attractive. It tells her you have other choices. You have your own life, and you won't live for someone who doesn't want you. This is why space is so strong. Your absence makes her see the truth that she is not the center of your world like she thought. It makes her think about you, more, not less. It gives her room to dream, to question, to wonder if she was wrong about you. But here's the catch. Lack only works if it's true. If you pull back only to fool her, but inside you are still waiting for her message, she will sense that. Women can feel need, even when it's hidden. True lack comes from really moving on with your life, really not caring if she returns or not. That's when it works best. So why do women come back after rejecting you? Often, it's because your absence started the lack effect. You became less easy to reach, less easy to guess, less sure. And in that change, she suddenly saw your worth more clearly than when you were always there. The true question is, when she does come back, will you accept her just because she misses your presence, or will you ask for more from her before you give your attention again? Stay until the end to learn how to use this knowledge to your advantage. Please subscribe, like, and share this video with others who need to see it.
4. control, attention, and why she returns. Here's something men rarely hear. Women want attention more than they want a relationship. It's not always about wanting you. It's about wanting what you offer us. The energy, the feeling of being wanted, the sense that you desire us. This is a major reason women come back after saying no. When you gave her interest, she felt in charge. She knew she had a man who wanted her, who cared for her, who would likely keep coming even if she pushed him away. That attention was like power. Even if she didn't want a relationship, it made her feel safe knowing you waited. But when you stop giving that attention, when you stop chasing, stop contacting her, stop showing she's in your thoughts, the situation changes. Suddenly, she feels the loss of something she expected to always have. If you understand how women think, you know this. Women hate losing command over a man's focus. This is why so many women come back after rejection. It's not always because they saw your true value. Sometimes it's because they hate the thought of you moving on. It's about control. If she can get you to reply to prove you still care, it gives her back that power. Here's where most men get caught. When she returns, she doesn't have to fully try. She just has to see what happens. A short text, a like online, a simple, "Hey, how are you?" She's not saying she wants you back. She's checking if she still owns you. If you respond too fast, you've given her control again. If you stay relaxed, calm, and don't give too much, you take the power back. Men must stop thinking every return is about love or attraction. Sometimes it's about her handling her choices. She wants to know she can still control you if she wants. That's not love. That's mind games. Unless you see the truth, you will lose. So, the answer is to be aware. When she comes back, don't instantly give her the control she seeks. Watch what she does. Is she really spending time, strength, and work to build something with you? Or is she just looking for attention? If it's the second, the best move is to stand firm and not let her misuse your focus. In the end, women respect men who won't let their attention be managed. If you want her to view you differently, stop making it easy for her. Make her work for your time. That's when things change and her return becomes true instead of just another test. 5. When she wants the good parts without the promise. Here's a truth many men miss. Sometimes, when a woman returns after rejecting you, it's not because she suddenly wants a real relationship. It's because she misses the good things you gave her. The attention, the emotional help, the comfort without actually promising you anything. Think about the times you were the man who was almost important to a woman. Maybe she said she wasn't ready for a relationship, but she was always happy for you to text her, listen to her issues, or even make her feel better when she was down. You were useful to her, but not in the way you hoped. When you stepped back, that loss surprised her. Let me show you a clear example. A man meets a woman, and from the start, he shows he likes her. She enjoys the attention. She enjoys the talks. But when he asks for more, she says no. She says, "I'm not ready," or "I don't see you like that." So he believes her and leaves. Weeks later, she returns, not with a big statement or sorry, but with something simple. Maybe she texts, "Hey, how are you?" Maybe she asks to get coffee. The man thinks she changed her mind. She must want him now. But here's the truth. She didn't come back because she is ready for him. She came back because she missed how he made her feel. She missed the advantages, not the man himself. This is where men get trapped. They mix up in a woman's need for emotional comfort with real attraction. Just because she wants your attention again doesn't mean she wants to give you her promise. Sometimes it's just about filling an empty space until someone better comes. You must watch carefully here. If she rejected you once and then returns acting nice but still unclear about what she wants, that's a sign she's there for the benefits, not for love. You will see she takes more than she gives. She enjoys your time, your energy, your support, but avoids giving you clear answers or moving forward. Here's the part you may not like. If you allow this, you make yourself an emotional cushion. She doesn't value you as the man she chooses. She values you as a plan B, a safe place. If you aren't careful, you'll end up tired, confused, and still without the commitment you need. So when a woman comes back after rejecting you, don't just ask, "Why is she here?" Ask, "What is she giving back?"
If it's only one way, then you have your answer. She's not back for you. She's back for what you do for her. Understanding this is your key to taking back your power. Watch the rest of this video to learn how to apply it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this with a friend who needs to see it.
6. Why her coming back doesn't always mean she wants you. One of the largest errors men make is thinking that if a woman returns after saying no, it must mean she feels attraction. Now, listen carefully. A woman's return does not always mean desire. Sometimes it's about ease. Sometimes it's about being alone. And sometimes it's just about curiosity. But it's not always about wanting you for real. You need to get how women work emotionally. Attraction isn't always the reason we come back into a man's life. Sometimes we're just seeing if the way is still clear. We want to know if you still care, if you'll still answer, if you're still a possible choice. That doesn't mean we are suddenly planning a future with you. It just means we like knowing we can still reach you. This is why it's risky for men to think her text, her call, or her sudden return is a sign of her feelings. If you believe her return means too much, you'll end up giving her your energy while she gives you nothing back. This is where many men get caught in a loop of hope that lies. Here's what you should watch for instead. Her steady behavior. Does she really put time and work into seeing you? Does she create room for you in her life? Or is she just showing up when it's easy for her? A woman who truly feels attraction will show you with her actions, not just words or little signs. Another thing to think about is when she returns. Women often come back when things are bad in their own lives. Maybe her situation with another man ended. Maybe she feels lonely or unsure. Maybe she just wants the comfort of knowing you are still there. None of these reasons are about real attraction to you. They are about her emotional needs right now. And here's something more important. When a woman truly values you, she doesn't just come back without a clear reason. She tells you what she wants. She'll show you that she will try hard, respect your time, and actually create something with you. If all she gives you is unclear energy and weak tries, that's not attraction. That's convenience. So you must learn to tell her actions apart from your guesses. If she rejected you once, then comes back, don't instantly believe it means she has new feelings. Take a moment and watch. See what she is really doing, not what you wish it means. Men who get this never get stuck in cycles of false hope. They don't give attention too fast. They don't mix up a woman's short-term return with long-term interest. They stand firm and make her show with actions that she truly sees their worth now. The truth is, attraction isn't about if she came back, it's about if she stays, puts in effort, and is there for you again and again. That's the difference between a woman who is truly interested and a woman who just wants to keep you as a backup. This is crucial knowledge for protecting yourself. Watch the entire video to learn how to spot the real signs of attraction. Subscribe to The Manipulated Mind, like and share this video to help others avoid these traps.